The one thing about routing is that it's all about timing. So there are various times that happens that we take into consideration in routing. With RIP, there's something called an update timer. Every 30 seconds, RIP will tell you something about the networks that in the router will tell you something that if you're using RIP. So RIP is more like the way you communicate. With RIP is saying that every 30 seconds, if you want to communicate with the help of RIP, every 30 seconds you have to say, hey, I'm doing this. Hey, I know about this guy. Hey, I know about every 30 seconds. Now, if you don't hear from a device in 180 seconds, meaning 6 tries, if the person doesn't update you in 6 attempts, it means that a particular device is not reachable. That's what it means. If somebody has not spoken to you, a router which is having a particular group of networks has not spoken to you in 180 seconds, it's telling you that, hey, maybe this guy is not existing. So I may have it, but I'll hold that particular network. So I'll say these routes that I know about this particular network, even though this guy is the one who told me, and because he's not come back to me after 180 seconds, I think these networks are not available. So I'll start putting some kind of a marking on them and say unreachable. That's what I'll say. I think 110 network is unreachable. But if you don't hear from that person for 240 seconds, you say that this particular network is not valid. And what it means is that if it is not valid, you can remove it from your routing table. So you say that I don't know how to go about it, so I delete it. It's not part of something that I want to bother my head with. But in 180 seconds, which is similar to the invalid timer, at that point, you expect that everybody who wants to tell you something has already told you something in 180 seconds. And so if you've learned about something and in 180 seconds, you still don't know about that thing again, then it means that there's what we call the hold down timer. It means that at this point, every network that it will take 180 seconds for every new network to be known by that device. So in 180 seconds, if somebody is not responding to you, it means that that person does not exist, because it will take a maximum of 180 seconds for every network that you want to know about to get to you. So within 180 seconds, if you don't get it, that's a hold down timer or invalid timer. And so that is the various timers. That these are not things that you have what you configure, but these are what they mean. So that when you see any of these things, you know that it is telling you something about the networks.